Okay, here's an example of just taking a formula and finding the vertex of it, which is a good thing to know how to do. So to find the vertex for part A here, the first thing we need to remember is this formula that tells you the x-coordinate of the vertex in terms of the value of B and the value of A. So in this case, if we plug in negative B, that's going to be, well, B is negative 16.2, because if you were going to write this as ax squared plus bx, it would be plus negative 16.2. So negative b is negative 16.2, which will cancel out. But then it's over 2a, which is also negative. So we're going to end up with 16.2 divided by 2 times negative 1.8 is negative 3.6. This calls for a calculator. We do 16.2 divided by negative 3.6, and we get negative 4.5. And once you know the x-coordinate of the vertex, you can just plug that into the formula to find the y-coordinate of the vertex. Like so. So now I would just type this all in with one line into a calculator, like so. We had negative 1.8 times negative 4.5 squared. Make sure that whenever you square a negative number, you put parentheses around it to make sure that the the negative part gets squared too. We have that minus 16.2 times negative 4.5, and that comes out to be 36.45. And you could just double check this by actually graphing it. And here's what it looks like after I graph it. I've got the y equals the equation there. I set the window up to be something that I thought would work out well. And then when you graph it here, it looks like that. And you can trace it to check approximately that your vertex is, yeah, about negative 4.5 and 36 point something. So it sounds like you did it right. Now, and by the way, you should probably answer the question using giving it as an ordered pair to make sure that you have the x-coordinate and the y-coordinate. You got negative 4.5 and 36.45 there is the vertex. That is A. Now let's find the x-intercepts of the graph. That's going to be what you get when you plug in y equals 0. So we're going to have 0 equals negative 1.8 x squared minus 16.2. And you can factor out the x from the right side and write it as x times negative 1.8x minus 16.2. And then that gives you either x equals 0 or this thing is 0. And we can solve this for x, and that gives you x equals negative 9. So those are the two x-intercepts, 0, 0, and negative 9, 0. And you could use that to graph it now, by the way, but I already graphed it with a calculator, so I'm going to skip that. Here's your exercise to do. Same idea as that. You can use this example I just did for inspiration. Find the intercepts and the vertex. And good luck with that. I'll see you in class.